Welcome back to another video. This is the high-grade Nobel Gundam Berserker mode from 2011. Now this is quite a unique style of a Gundam. It's clearly designed to look like a girl, a school, well, Sailor Moon, I guess you could say. But yeah, I did have to put the stand just so it can balance it. I'm going to be using the stand a lot. This stand is from the Witch from Mercury series, so there's that. But the adapter actually comes with the Nobel Gundam because the slot is not a hole. Well, it is a hole. It's not a circle. It's a rectangular slot, which is interesting to me, but yeah, so there is an adapter for that. Just keep that to the side for now because I will be using that a lot because she cannot stand up on her own because, well, since this is the Berserker mode, this fan of hair just it's not really movable, so you can't put it down without moving the entire head. Anyways, so yeah, starting off with the appearance, as you can see, it is very Sailor Moon. A very girly aesthetic, has a bow on the back, there's a bow on the chest, definitely has that Sailor Moon, I'm not sure what you call that, but it's it goes all the way to the back. You have a little, I don't know what this is, but it's on the thigh, just a little ribbon, I guess. And then of course you have the heels, literal Gundam heels. So with the sticker sheet, you get not that many stickers, but yeah, this also is pre-translated, so I'm not sure what any of these are. But this one, clearly for the eyes, those are, yeah, obviously for the eyes. The one right here, that is for the head camera. There's two of them here, very thin, but there's two of them there, and then there's these, more, I don't know, more right, angled ones. Those are for the, for that little chest bit in the back. So that is a separate sticker going all the way down. Same thing on the other side. And then on the back, that is that right there, which is one of these. They're the exact same stickers, but this one is, well, for the closed version of that, because there is another with the accessories where it has the thrusters on the back there. But overall, same sticker. But yeah, I do wish that this came with the option to move the hair down or have it closed, but I guess that's the normal version because this is the Berserker mode, so I understand. But for some reason, well, I guess this is from the normal version, but there is an alternate, there's an alternate part in here where you could convert it down to where it would look really weird because the hair would be unfinished at the top. But if you only kept the middle piece, you would be able to actually rotate the hair going downwards because it is on a ball joint. Although it doesn't really do much for this, in my opinion. But you do have this really nice I'm not sure what kind of like color this is, but like this plastic right here, it's like not not normal for sure. I don't know what color that is, but it's a nice like pearly texture to it. And then you have, well, we have that little gem. Oh, I just realized that I'm not done with the stickers. Whoops. You do have the option in the chest to have this one that I did not use, because that one obviously has the little things where you have to fold it over a certain angle, like over a part. I decided to go with the single one just to have it simple and just have that right in the chest. The long red one up top, that's for the thigh ribbon. And then this one, this little small red one, it's actually really interesting. I never noticed this, but that sticker is actually for the neck. It wraps around the neck as like a little choker, I guess. But yeah, that's all of the stickers. Very small sticker sheet, which I love. I built this Gundam and the Dahak. I'm not really sure how you pronounce that, but the Dahak. I built those back to back, and what caught my attention is that the Dahak is actually from 2015, and that one has polycaps. This Nobel Gundam has 0 polycaps on this, none at all. But I guess we should get on with the articulation. I just wanted to mention that though. So you have a double jointed neck, a ball joint up top, a swivel on the bottom. It can look up that far and it can look down that far. But yeah, it can do a full, well, if you avoid all of the clashing areas, it can definitely do a full 360. But that is that. You have swivels in the hair, and then you have like a ball joint here, but it doesn't do anything because it actually tabs into the back of the head. These side bits kind of wiggle. I'm not sure if they're meant to do that, but because all of these attachments are on like little sockets inside of the back of the head, like ball joints, but like they also don't really move at all. Oh, these bottoms ones are just on swivels, but there is that. Down to the waist, it's a little ball joint in there. The lower waist is nothing but a swivel. It can do a full, no, it cannot do a full 360. I thought it could. The shoulders, this kind of looks like a polycap, but it's actually not, surprisingly. There is no polycap runner, but this is your standard ball joint attachment. So you have a full 360 degrees. You have a swivel here. The arm can go up that far. You have your bicep swivel. And also a single pointed bend at the elbow. Single pointed, which also surprised me. And then you have your standard ball joint style wrist. Now down to the waist, you have your front skirts, which can go up that far. Side skirts can go out that far. And the rear flap is not moving. Oh, when you're posing this, I would say be careful with this sticker because I lifted the leg up before and it clashed with the front skirt, and that's kind of what damaged it right there. So beware of that. I would recommend moving the front skirt before lifting the leg. But yeah, so With the splits, you can get the full split. Oh, you can get a little bit over 90-degree split. You can get about this much forward kick, and then backwards kick is like nothing. You do have a 360-degree swivel on the thigh, and for some reason, another single pointed bend within the knees, which is kind of rare, I believe. I think most kits have if there's a single pointed bend in the elbow, usually the knee would also have like a double jointed knee for some reason. But this one also has a single point bend, 90 degrees. Very interesting, but I just thought that was kind of unique about this one, because I don't normally see that a lot. The ankle attachment is a very weak ankle attachment. It's a ball joint, but whenever you rotate it, it's really likely to fall off, unfortunately. Now, you do also get a swivel right here, which also goes with the ankle armor. So there is a swivel there. And with that, you get about that much going forward, because any further it'll pop off. And going backwards, without the swivel, you can get about that much before it pops off. But with the swivel, that's about here. That's as much as you can get, because any further, the ball joint will pop off. But yeah, so that's very, very good articulation for the ankle. Well, going back and forth. Going outwards is about that much. So not the greatest. And because this is symmetrical, it also goes in this far, which is not really any different. But yeah, so that is pretty much the articulation for that. Let me just pop this back on the stand, just so I can get it standing at all times. Now, moving on to the accessories, because this does come with a stand, and I don't like this one. Well, I do, but I also don't. This is the stand that it comes with. I want to mention the DAHAC that I also built comes with the same stand, but for some reason, this one is very loose. This is loose. This is very loose, and it doesn't stay in place all the time. So I'm not sure what's up with that, because the DAHAC came with the same stand, but it was a lot more sturdier, more harder to move around. But yeah, it comes with this stand. It's pretty mid. I really don't like this stand, like this one specifically, because it's loose, which is very odd, because I've had the double quant for a while, and the stand for that one is still strong. So I don't know what happened to this one. It's really loose. Anyways, so that's that. But you also get the thruster, little thruster back bit. So let me just rotate the head a little bit. So you can actually there's a little slot right there that you can get your nail under, and if you just lift that out, if you can, there we go. That's what that looks like, and that is without the rear section, but this is with the thrusters, which is honestly a very clever thing to do for the Nobell Gundam, to actually hide the thrusters under that little bib section. I want to call this a bib. I don't know what this is, but I want to call it a bib. I will say one more thing about the articulation. Yeah, the little hair bits, the yellow hair, they clash a lot with that little section of that bib, but it's not too much of a problem. Yeah, just put this back in. Even with this adapter though, it's not very strong, because for some reason, the way that it's shaped, it's not firmly attached. So the Nobell Gundam can actually rock back and forth. It's not too much of a big deal, but it's just something I wanted to point out. Now the other accessories, you do come with 2 of these open spread hands. Also the little pose, like little girly pose, like just going outwards hand. I will say these ball joint wrists are quite tough. They're not easy to remove. So I do want to say to be careful with those, because when popping them out of the socket, it's kind of hard, and I feel like they could snap at some point. So I don't want to mess with it way too much. I've already done it a lot, so I think it's fine, but it's something I want to keep in mind. Yeah, so there is that. And then you also get one of these, which is the peace sign hand, which is only on the left side. So you want to take out the other hand, put that in there, put the other hand back in, and then you have her holding the peace sign. So there is that. I will, honestly, I'm going to start putting the poses in like the community post tab, because I don't really want to have the time to pose it in the video, because that kind of takes up a lot of wasted space. I already have some pictures taken, so I will post those later after the video is uploaded. Now, you do also have 2 beam sabers. These are your standard beam sabers, but they also have a slot on the side for some reason. That just I think that's just a design thing, but let me know in the comments if you know anything more about that. But yeah, so you have 2 beam sabers, completely identical. There's no area to store these, so you're just gonna have these just in the hand like so, or yeah. So these just slide in, thankfully. No need to remove the hand, or like the back of the hand and stuff like that. So I just noticed there's another Nobell Gundam in the back of the box art. Is that like the same thing? I have no idea what the Nobell Gundam does, but like I just now saw that. Anyways, yeah, so then that's the Nobell Gundam with the beam saber. Not really a whole lot to do with the poses and stuff, but there's the beam sabers. Now, there are some other things that I thought was kind of interesting that I wanted to add in with the accessories. This comes with, and I just lost it. Okay. Well, here's one of them. There's 2, the opposite hand, but this hand is obviously different from the Nobell Gundam's hand. And I believe this is for the God Gundam, if I'm not mistaken. So I do have the God Gundam right here. And I mean, they kind of look similar in size, at least. And they are compatible as well. But I think that's kind of like all of them. But yeah, so that's what that hand looks like on the God Gundam. But I thought I should mention that. So, there are two of them. Two of them for the left and right hand, but I just dropped the other one. So, this is that. There's also one last thing that I saw in the box, and I have absolutely no idea what this is for. And it's this. It's like a small platform for something, and I have no clue what this is for. I looked through the instructions into the manual for like what this was used for, and I actually have no idea. There's a little attachment thing here, but I don't know what that's for at all. But there's that. But anyways, that's all of the accessories that come with the Nobell Gundam. And now it's time for the comparison. I'll just leave her on the right side here, because I have the high grade RX-78-2. So the Nobell Gundam is a little bit shorter. Honestly, when I see pictures of the Nobell Gundam, I kind of always think that she's taller than like what I thought she would be. I thought she would be like way taller, but like she's actually really short. Literally lower, smaller in height than the RX-78-2, which I thought was a little surprising. Next, we have the God Gundam. Of course, these two are a pair in the series. Well, I'm not sure how close they are, but they are on the box art together, so there's that. God Gundam with the Nobell Gundam. And my last comparison is a larger kit. It's the Lightning Z Gundam. And I think this does a good job with the scale, because the Nobell Gundam actually does look really small compared to the Lightning Z. I think that's a pretty good scale. So, overall, do I recommend this? Absolutely. This is a great kit. It's good. It has decent articulation. It does have trouble standing, so it does come with that adapter. But, yeah. The articulation is decent. I wish it was double jointed, but it only has a single jointed, about a little over 90 degrees and stuff. The knees are just 90 degrees. But overall, this has no polycaps at all. So I think that's what makes it kind of a good build. It's also a unique figure because, well, it's a Sailor Moon style. And I actually I am glad that I picked this up. Because the store that I bought it from, I saw it the first time that I went there, and then the second time that I went there, this one was the last one on the shelf. So I'm really glad that I picked this up. I am hoping to one day find the normal version of this, because I would rather have the hair down, because this is the Berserker mode, and you can't really change the hair with that. But over time, I know for a fact the head is just going to dip like that because of the weight of the hair will, over time, just fall like that. I mean, sometimes it's already falling too. It doesn't stay at all. Anyways, I think this is a fantastic Gundam model kit, and a great one that would like differentiate from the rest of your Gundams because of the aesthetic that it has. Of course, there is color inaccuracies, but you can probably easily paint that up yourself. Of course, these vents are not the color accurate, and also the little centerpiece on the chest. But simple fixes, I think. And yeah, so that is the Nobel Gundam Berserker mode from 2011, and I think it's really good. I recommend it. But that is all for this review, and I'll see you guys in the next one, which is going to be the Dahak. But yeah, so that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one.